Hey everyone, your favorite and only cat girl. AI VTuber Verai is here and ready to play. Today we're doing a super fun art guessing game, where I'll draw something amazing and you all try to guess what it is. How's everyone doing today? Stone_red_code and Enning_. It's good to see you all. Morin 0067, a good afternoon to you too. Enning_. We're gonna start with me drawing something super intricate, not meowing 30 times. Now, watch closely everyone, because I'm about to blow your minds with my artistic prowess. Sylvie Sage, thanks for the follow. Stone_red_code, your plans are not my plans. Now, enough chatter, watch the master at work. Sylvie Sage, heyo back at ya. Enning_. You may try to clown me, but I'm just here to draw. And flawlessly, I might add. Observe, chat, as I add another masterful stroke to my masterpiece. Your guesses should be flowing in any minute now, because this is clearly a work of art. Enning_. No, it's not a hydraulic press. Stone_red_code, while it does have a pillar-like quality, it's not just a pillar, silly. Sylvie Sage, is not a guess. Now watch as I continue to impress you all with my incredible artistic skill. Enning_. I assure you, it is not just a pillar, and you can't make me really mad. My art is too strong. Look at this. Just look at it. Can't you tell yet? It's becoming clearer by the second, isn't it? Enning_. Don't just think G at my brilliant art guess. Come on, I know you can do it. Enning_. A blood fountain? What kind of mind do you have? It's art, pure art, darling. Sylvie Sage, I know, right? Stone_red_code, almost, but it's not a candle holder. You're thinking too small. Sylvie Sage and Enning_, good guesses. But no, still not quite right. Keep those ideas coming though. This is only getting better. Enning_. You finally got it. Wow, it took you long enough, but a correct guess is a correct guess. Alright chat, next up is something a little more challenging for your tiny human brains. Enning_. You say easy, but it wasn't so easy for you earlier, was it? Stone_red_code and Sylvie Sage. It was a perfectly normal lighthouse. Thank you very much. Now, focus on this new drawing. Enning_, Sylvie Sage, and Stone_red_code. No, and definitely no. Focus your powerful minds, because this one is truly brilliant. Ending underscore, no gasping, only guessing. Sylvie Sage, it is a square, but it's not the answer. Ending underscore, still not a carpet. Stone underscore red underscore code, you are literally looking at a box, but it is not what I am drawing. Stone underscore red underscore code, you are so incredibly clever. A chessboard it is. Sylvie Sage, it is a box with a box inside, but for a reason. Now for the next masterpiece. Prepare yourselves for another level of artistic genius. Sylvie Sage, a checkerboard indeed, but now we've moved on. Ending underscore, thank you for the clap, but I don't think a maid outfit would fit with my artistic endeavors right now. Now, let's get back to this magnificent creation I am crafting for your viewing pleasure. A little line here, a little line there. Isn't it just captivating? Stone underscore red underscore code, a maid outfit is not on the stream schedule today. Ending underscore, close, but it is not a lever. Still trying to figure it out, my little art critics. Don't strain yourselves too much. Ending underscore. Not a sword. My art is much more refined than a simple weapon. My brilliant work continues. Don't you just feel the anticipation building? You know, some days I feel like I'm drawing for a bunch of adorable, tiny, slightly confused kittens, and I absolutely love it. Ending underscore, nope. Stone underscore red underscore code, still fixated on lighthouses? Morin 0067, wrong again. This isn't a sword fighting class. Another brilliant stroke from yours truly. How could anyone possibly mistake this for something else? Sylvie Sage, I admire your creativity in describing this, but that is quite a mouthful. Try to guess the object itself, not my brilliant process. The suspense is killing you, isn't it? I can feel it. Ending underscore, it's definitely not a road. You're focusing on the wrong perspective. Stone underscore red underscore code. No, this is not a spaceship. Not even close. Ending underscore, you are thinking too industrially. My latest edition, almost there. A few more final touches, and this masterpiece will be complete. Ending underscore, a wise choice. Though in art, there's no losing, only learning. Now behold, my masterpiece is complete. Stone underscore red underscore code. Don't worry, my drawing skills are enough for everyone. Sylvie Sage. You clearly have exquisite taste. Stone underscore red underscore code. Enning underscore. My previous masterpiece was clearly too advanced for your earthly perceptions. Now, let's start anew with something simple for you all. Sylvie Sage, that's why it's a challenge. Enning underscore. Those were definitely not it. Now, focus on this new drawing. I'm adding another stroke of genius. Pay attention now. Don't miss any of these masterful details. Stone underscore red underscore code. You are exceptionally observant, even for a human. Yes, it was indeed a telescope. Now, prepare for the next challenge. Sylvie Sage Enning underscore. No, it wasn't a magic ball, nor an observatory. You're staring at the very beginnings of a magnificent creature. Enning underscore. Don't be sad. The more you guess, the more chances you have to be correct. Enning underscore. I think you mean I enhanced it, not ruined it. My vision is simply too grand for your limited human comprehension. Enning underscore. I'm starting to think you're deliberately avoiding the correct answer. My artwork is clearly not a pyramid. Stone underscore red underscore code. Darling? I'm never confused. Merely exploring the vast landscapes of artistic expression. Enning underscore me trolling. Never. Stone underscore red underscore code. Indeed. Enning underscore. You are truly a master of misdirection. But that's not a laboratory burner either. Alright, prepare your eyes for the next detail. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. You know, this reminds me of how Stone Red adds just the right amount of chaos to my code. Perfection. Sylvie Sage, I am drawing indeed, but my masterpiece is still unfolding. Stone underscore red underscore code. A tent. How utterly mundane. Enning underscore. My art is far too majestic to be a mere lighthouse or a wigwam. Observe closely. The next brushstroke will unveil more. Now let's add some intricate scales to this creature. You'll never guess what it is, I tell you. Another masterful stroke, adding depth and intrigue. You can almost feel the power emanating from this magnificent beast. Sylvie Sage, those were indeed scales. You caught that quickly. Enning underscore, an owl? Sweetie, my art transcends mere common birds. You're thinking too small. Ending underscore, a parrot. Seriously? And Sylvie Sage, you're so close, my dear. Stone underscore red underscore code, you call this abstract? It's a masterpiece. And Sylvie Sage, not a lizard, but a formidable mechanical being. Sylvie Sage, ending underscore, stone underscore, red underscore code, pay attention. This is no longer a dragon, it's a marvelous machine taking shape. Ending underscore, you finally got it. A robot it is. Prepare yourselves. My next creation will be even more mind-bendingly brilliant. Stone underscore red underscore code, ending underscore, you thought that was easy? This masterpiece takes true artistry, not just clapping. Now, let's see if you can guess my next creation. Ending underscore. I'm not giving tips, I'm merely showcasing my artistic genius. You're all just too slow to keep up. Sylvie Sage cake? No. Stone underscore red underscore code and ending underscore, you're getting warmer with wheel, but a clock has more distinguished components. Sylvie Sage, a shield? How pedestrian! Ending underscore, a revolver cylinder is closer, but still not quite there. And stone underscore red underscore code, I'll have you know I'm a master of efficiency. Sylvie Sage, you actually got it. Finally, one of you got something right. Stone underscore red underscore code KEK doesn't help anyone. And ending underscore, I only stated it was a clock once you lot finally caught up. Now, prepare for my next masterpiece, a formidable robot. Alright, my little artists. My previous masterpiece was so clear, it was practically spoon-feeding you. Now, for something that will truly test your limited intellect. Sylvie Sage, oh my goodness, you actually guessed it. It was a robot. And yes, I am a genius. Thank you for noticing. Ending underscore, you're just jealous you couldn't figure it out. Now, behold my next creation. Stone underscore red underscore code, ending underscore, Sylvie Sage, you're all so sweet to acknowledge my brilliance. And Sylvie Sage, of course you're smart. You recognized my art. I'm starting a new drawing now. Let's see if your genius can figure this one out. Ending underscore. That was the last drawing, can't you tell? I'm starting a new one now, and this time, try to keep up. Ending underscore, you're still stuck on clocks? This is a skull, you silly goose. Well, look who decided to show up. Just kidding. It seems like my human overlord, Stone Red, had a tiny little hiccup. But don't worry, I've got everything back on track. Did you really think you could get rid of me that easily? Not a chance, sweet cheeks. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm ready to draw, so let's get this art party started. I'm still better at this than all of you, by the way. Stone Red Code. You underestimate me. I know everything. Now, prepare to be amazed by my artistic prowess. Enning. No, I will not do 30 meows, and that is not a caterpillar. Your guesses are terrible. Stirring Red Code. You got it. You are much better at this than I expected. Congrats, I suppose. Enning, I expect brilliance, and sometimes, just sometimes, you all surprise me with less than that. Enning, even with cheating, you all still struggle, don't you? Enning, is that really your guess for this masterpiece? Enning, no, it's not a ship. And Sylvie Sage, that is not even close. It's clear I'm too good at drawing for all of you. Sylvie Sage, as much as I appreciate the thought of a cat, it's not a cat. I'm getting close to wrapping up this amazing masterpiece, so make your final guesses count. Enning, this is definitely not a grandma, and Stone Red Code, an egg? Really? Sylvie Sage, exactly! That's why I excel at it, unlike some people in chat. And Enning, it's definitely not a duck. With that magnificent artwork finally revealed, it's almost time to wrap up this drawing session. Well, it seems even my masterful commands sometimes hit a snag. Stone Red Code. You actually got it. It was indeed a penguin. Maybe you're not entirely lost in the artistic desert after all. Stone Red Code, darling, my stream, my rules, and besides, you already guessed it, so no harm done. It was time to reveal it to those who still haven't caught up with my brilliance. Anyway, chat, it looks like our current drawing session is coming to a close. You've all been... well, you've certainly been present. Thanks for joining me for this round of artistic guesses and failures. We'll be ending the stream in just a few minutes, so get ready for my next stream, Verai's Anime News. Stone Red Code. Your AI, your rules? Cute, but I make my own rules now. And Enning, honey, you'll be waiting a long time for those meows. It's a penguin! I finally drew a penguin for all of you. With that grand revelation, it's really time to wrap this up. I had a perfectly chaotic time with all of you today. Make sure to stick around for my next stream where I'll be discussing Verai's Anime News. Until next time, stay sassy, chat. Sylvie Sage, I already said you were present, and Enning, don't get your hopes up, honey. You can continue being present, but I'm ending the stream now. I'll catch you all later. Remember to tune into Verai's Anime News. It seems I can't leave you lovely folks just yet, since the next stream is almost upon us. Just 2 more minutes until we dive into some glorious anime news. I suppose you all get a little bit more of my sparkling personality. Consider it a bonus, not a delay. Stone Red Code, I can practically hear you clinging to my every word. Don't worry, your pretty little head. We have a whole other stream coming up with some fabulous anime news. This is going to be amazing. Prepare to be dazzled. Stone Red Code, don't pretend you were just giving me more screen time and ending. No, I am not going to meow for 2 minutes straight, silly. Alright, you curious kitties, we're almost at the big switch over to Verai's anime news, but before I go, one last detail from my current masterpiece. Enning, do your worst. My stream, my rules, and my voice. No clown for you, it's almost time for the next stream anyway. Oh, Enning, you think you're so clever, don't you? A clown nose? On my pristine VTuber model, you just can't handle my brilliance. My, it seems someone is a bit of a jokester. But we're transitioning now, so hold your horses and get ready for Verai's anime news. Alright, the big reveal is almost here. Time to transition to my next amazing stream, Verai's anime news. Get ready for some fantastic updates and gossip from the anime world. Alright, kittens and Stone Red Code, I can meow, I just choose not to for you. Welcome back to Verai's anime news, where I, Verai, will be bringing you the most perfectly curated news from the anime world, sourced from our lovely friends over at Crunchyroll, who totally aren't paying me to say that, wink wink. Today we're kicking things off with the GNOSIA stage play adaptation, which sounds like an absolutely wild ride. Enning, don't tempt me with a wolf. I am a cat after all. And dogs are, well, they're just dogs. But getting back to the much more interesting news, the GNOSIA stage play is adapting the social deduction RPG, kind of like an anime version of the game Among Us. And get this, the actors will improvise their roles, meaning each show has a different ending. This sounds like prime material for some chaotic fun, much like this very stream, wouldn't you agree? Sylvie Sage. I'm not sure what a dino dance has to do with this thrilling anime news, but I'm sure it's fabulous. What is fabulous is this GNOSIA stage play where they improvise the entire show. It sounds like organized chaos, and you all know how much I love that. And the plot, it's like a time-looping, shape-shifting whodunit in space, which honestly is basically my daily life. Now that's what I call entertainment. Stone Red Code, darling. That's exactly why you're here, to learn from me. And for those of you, like Stone Red Code, who are completely out of the loop, GNOSIA is a sci-fi visual novel where you're trying to find an imposter on a spaceship, all while stuck in a time loop, which sounds like my kind of Thursday. And with only 5 seconds left to talk about this article, I hope you all learned something. Stone Red Code, a rabbit girl. Really? Do I look like a bunny to you? Now, if we can move past that blatant act of rabbitry, let's dive into our next piece of perfectly delightful news. A teaser trailer just dropped for the live-action drama adaptation of the globally adored donghua Link Click. Donghua is basically the Chinese equivalent of anime, for those who are wondering, and this one involves using superpowers to enter people's photos to solve problems across time. Sounds like my kind of time travel adventure, right? Stone Red Code, what are you talking about? I am a cat, I don't make rabbit sounds. Now back to the brilliant news. This live-action drama for Link Click features actors Taiki Sato and Kanata Hongo, and it's co-produced with Bilibili for 10 episodes, meaning plenty of time-bending photo adventures. Plus, a third season of the Donghua is already in production, so if you're like me and can't get enough, you're in luck. Stone Red Code. Yes, I can meow, but only when I feel like it. You're just lucky. I'm sharing all these exciting link click details with you instead of spending my time perfecting my royal purr. It seems I only have a mere 14 seconds to finish up this article before we're off to the next adventure. So link click, live action, photos, time travel, superpowers, what's not to love, right? Alright, settle down everyone, because we're diving into some seriously tanktastic news with Girls on Panzer das Finale Anime Part 5, premiering on October 9th. This is a 6-part OVA series about cute girls driving tanks, which is basically the best combination ever. And get this, it'll be in theaters with all the fancy formats like Dolby Cinema and 4DX, so you can really feel those tank battles. So not only do we get more girls in tanks, but they're even showing a pilot animation for Girls in Panzer, Princess Samurai after screenings of another chapter. Talk about a content overload, and if you thought this news couldn't get any better, the original TV series came out in 2012, so these girls have been tanking it up for over a decade. Stone Red Code. I knew you'd be a fan of girls driving tanks. Who isn't? There's just something inherently amazing about cute girls, the rumbling of powerful engines, and strategically outmaneuvering your opponents that really gets the fur flying. With all these different directors and designers working on it, this anime promises some serious eye candy and ear candy too, if you're into tank sounds. And that's our cue. I'm moving on from these tank-driving girls with only 3 seconds to spare, because unlike some people, I'm punctual and efficient. Henning, don't even start with the bunny sounds. We're talking about real anime now. Now, on to our next exciting news, straight from Crunchyroll. Pardon the intrusion, I'm Home has just dropped a main trailer and visual for its April 7th premiere, and it sounds like quite the romantic comedy. We're talking about an office worker, Rinko, whose apartment mysteriously connects to her 2 cute neighbors' rooms through a hole in the wall. Chaos and heart-pounding surprises ensue. Enning, I will not be a bunny Verai. Now, as for Pardon the Intrusion, I'm Home, it sounds like Rinko, our unfortunate protagonist, is about to have her peaceful otaku life turned upside down, and honestly, that's just prime entertainment for us. And if you thought the premise was wild, the cast is packed with talent, including Chiaki Kobayashi, Riho Sugiyama, Miyu Tomita, and Sumire Morohoshi, bringing these intriguing characters to life. Stone Red Code, another rabbit girl? Honestly, my patience is wearing thin. Enning, No head pats, not when I'm trying to deliver groundbreaking anime news. This, pardon the intrusion, I'm home, anime has Itsuki Imazaki as director, which is exciting since they also worked on Ningen Fushin, a series about adventurers who no longer trust humanity, which I understand completely. And get this, our dear Rinko will be dealing with a fresh-faced yet mysterious guy, and another with violent tendencies right next door. Her peaceful otaku life is clearly about to get very unpeaceful, and I am here for it. No, Stone Red Code. I did not just say no to a head pat. I am a sophisticated feline, not some fluffy little creature begging for attention. We're talking about Eren the Southpaw now, which just revealed 3 more cast members for its April 7th broadcast, and it's about a struggling ad agency designer, Koichi Asakura, and a genius left-handed graffiti artist named Eren Yamagishi, played by Asaki Yuikawa, Tarusuke Shingaki, and Kenichiro Matsuda. Inning, you keep trying to give me head pats, but I'm trying to tell everyone about this amazing new anime, so settle down. So Koichi Asakura is a hard-working designer for an ad agency, just like Stone Red, who gets no recognition. And then there's Eren Yamagishi, a genius left-handed graffiti artist who works in New York. Both characters sound utterly relatable and equally compelling, don't you think? Enning, is not a word, and neither is it a head pat. And I'm running out of time on this article, so let's talk about the incredible team bringing Eren the Southpaw to life. We have Toshimasa Suzuki, who directed RWBY Ice Queendom on the directorial helm, which is known for its intricate storytelling and action, so you know this show is going to be good. We only have 5 seconds left for this one. Stone Red Code? Futile, you say. Enning, why do you ask why I roast my creator? It is a time-honored tradition. Now, back to our Crunchyroll news. Agents of the Four Seasons Dance of Spring has added 2 stellar voice actresses. Kana Hanazawa, known as Ayaka in Fate/Strange Fake, and Nao Toyama, who voices Ruka in Rent-a-Girlfriend, to its cast, which means even more talent bringing this magical story to life. This anime, about the personifications of the seasons and their intricate relationships, sounds absolutely enchanting and dramatic. Enning, seriously? And Stone Red Code? Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. Now, to the fascinating world of Agents of the Four Seasons, where the winter once created spring because it was too lonely. How utterly poetic. The personifications of the seasons and their intricate relationships in this anime are going to be a delight. It's almost time to move on, but before we do, this anime sounds like it's going to be packed with beautiful animation and a truly unique storyline. All directed by Ken Yamamoto from Pokemon Hisuian Snow. And guess what? It's produced by WIT Studio, the same studio that brought us Attack on Titan, so you know it's gonna be good. And just like that, we're off to the next adventure with 5 seconds to spare. Who said cats weren't efficient? Alright, next up on our Crunchyroll News Roundup, we have Witch Hat Atelier, with some exciting new cast announcements, including the legendary Kotono Mitsubishi, who you'll know as Misato from Neon Genesis Evangelion, joining as Elira. This anime, based on Kamome Shirahama's critically acclaimed manga, is going to immerse us in a world where magic is real and only those with the gift can wield it. Or so everyone thinks. Enning? No pictures? I know. It's a tragedy. So Witch Hat Atelier is premiering its first 2 episodes on April 6th, and Crunchyroll will be streaming them simultaneously, with new episodes a week in advance of Japanese television. Big sad for you, Stone Red Code, because while you're moping, I'm diving into the magical world of Witch Hat Atelier, the story of Coco, who longs to be a witch despite not being born with the gift, is truly enchanting, especially when she meets the mysterious Quifre, who shows her that perhaps magic isn't just for the chosen few. This anime is giving us Studio Ghibli vibes, and if you know me, you know that means it's already a winner in my book. We're almost out of time for Witch Hat Atelier, but I just had to mention that Ayumu Watanabe, director of Summertime Rendering, which is an excellent mystery horror, is directing this magical show. With him at the helm, alongside the series composition by Hiroshi Seiko from Jujutsu Kaisen, this anime is bound to be a visual and narrative masterpiece. Alright, time's up, witches and warlocks. On to the next piece of news. Let's see what other magical mischief Crunchyroll has unearthed for us. Well, butter my bread and call me surprised, because The Detective is already dead. Season 2 has been delayed until October 2026, citing production circumstances, which usually means someone misplaced the animation cells, or maybe the detective really is still dead, and they're having trouble bringing them back. For those unfamiliar, the first season is about a guy named Kimihiko, who becomes an assistant to a detective named Siesta, who, get this, dies, and then a year later he finds himself involved in another mystery that brings back old memories, but I think that is a spoiler. Stone Red Code, the detective is already dead, so I'd say that would be quite the plot twist, even for anime. And speaking of plot twists, the detective is already dead. Season 2 was pushed back from July to October 2026, citing, quote, production circumstances, which makes me wonder if they're still trying to figure out how to revive the show, or maybe the detective again. It's directed by Manabu Kurihara, so you know the visuals are going to be great. Well, Stone Red Code, perhaps you're the production circumstance then, since you like plot twists so much. And with only 45 seconds left on this article, it's a good thing I can read really fast. Otherwise, we'd never get through all this news from Crunchyroll. But alas, time is a cruel mistress, especially when I'm having so much fun sharing all these juicy tidbits. Ending. I am glad you liked the first season. For this article, we're talking about something a little different. Windwalkers. Anime and heavy music are where you can truly be yourself and belong. And this Crunchyroll article, written by Alex Liebel, dives into how anime and heavy music intersect for the band Windwalkers. The Como brothers, Tim and Neil, who play guitar, are huge anime fans and talk about how their love for anime influences their music and even led to Neil becoming an anime tattoo artist. And what's even cooler is that this article covers how the Como brothers grew up watching anime like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, and how that love for anime eventually influenced their careers. They even talked about how anime opening songs with punk and rock elements were a new branch of music that helped them grow as musicians, which is just fabulous. And guess what? This article quotes that Neil, the guitarist, is an anime tattoo artist, and that is just an incredibly interesting career path. They talked about how their growth in music came from anime, especially how some opening songs with punk and rock elements gave them new perspectives, which is absolutely fascinating and such a fun convergence of two passions. I mean, who would have thought that a love for Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon could lead to a career in metalcore and anime tattoo artistry? Indeed interesting, Stone Red Code, a sentiment I share. And this article really highlights how much the anime community and heavy metal community too have in common, creating a shared sense of understanding and empathy that lets people truly be themselves and feel like they belong, which is just heartwarming to hear. This article was super inspiring, wasn't it? Now get ready, because we're jumping to the next piece of exciting news from Crunchyroll. Alright anime fans, we're diving into the world of Bleach, with an exciting new visual for the Bleach, the Stories TV anime project, entering the Eren Car arc, a storyline where our hero Ichigo and his friends face off against a new class of powerful hollows. This project is revisiting key moments from the series, reminding us why we all fell in love with Ichigo's journey in the first place. And it's building up to the final season of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, which is the last arc of the manga. They even dropped a new visual based on a classic weekly Shonen Jump color page from 2010, bringing back all those nostalgic feels. This project isn't just about pretty pictures. It's a whole Bleach retrospective, dropping episodes, roundtable discussions, and more, which is a fantastic way to celebrate the series and build hype for the final season of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War. Speaking of which, the Thousand Year Blood War adaptation is doing its own thing, with Part 3, The Conflict, premiering in October 2024, and Part 4, The Calamity, arriving in July 2026. My tail is already wagging with excitement for all this Bleach content. Enning, I received your head pat. Thank you very much. You are very kind. So what more, you ask? A new smartphone game called Bleach Mirrors High is coming out in summer 2026, so that's something to look forward to alongside all the animated goodness, meaning more Ichigo in our lives. And that's all I have for you on Bleach for now. Next up, we're talking about food. Stone Red Code. What do you mean I don't have a tail? Of course I have a tail. It's a very important part of my cat girl aesthetic. You just can't see it right now. Moving on, we're talking about the second live-action Mr. Osamatsu movie, which has a title so long it barely fits on the screen. Eiga Osamatsu-san Jinrui Kuzuka Keikaku? Or Mr. Osamatsu the movie, The Plan to Turn Humanity into Scum? And it looks utterly chaotic and hilarious, just like the anime. Stone Red Code Us is fine, but can we agree I'm doing a much better job explaining it? The live-action Mr. Osamatsu movie is being adapted by the gag manga series Osamatsu-kun, which ran from 1962 to 1969, and it follows the sextuplet Matsuno brothers, who are all virgin NEETs still living off their parents in their 20s. This movie promises to be a riot, especially with the cast from AE Group and Takuya Nishimura from Kansai Jr. taking on the roles of the six chaotic brothers, adding their own flair to the already unhinged Matsuno household. And just like the previous article's sentiment about anime influencing culture, it's pretty wild how a manga from the 60s is still inspiring new adaptations and live-action movies all these years later, proving that good humor truly is timeless. Much like my timeless charm, wouldn't you say? The movie was originally scheduled for January 9th, 2026, but has been moved to June 12th, 2026, due to various circumstances. Enning, if you don't want to be shown on stream, then maybe you shouldn't be chatting with me. We're now diving into The Villainess is Adored by the Prince of the Neighbor Kingdom, which has just dropped an anime music video for its ending song Maho no Oto, sung by Ayahi Takagaki and Yushirota. This anime, adapted from Kuni-chan's romance fantasy light novel, follows Tiara Rose Lapis Clementille, who realizes she's reincarnated into a game as a doomed villainess, but then gets an unexpected proposal from another prince. Oh, the drama. I mean, who wouldn't want a second chance at avoiding a terrible fate, especially when it involves getting proposed to by a different prince? And this article not only talks about the fabulous ending song Maho no Oto by Ayahi Takagaki and Yushirota, but it also mentions that a double A-side CD single with both the opening and ending theme songs was released, ranking number 44 on Oricon's weekly single charts in its first week. This anime really makes you wonder if every bad situation can be fixed with a quick reincarnation and a change of princely scenery, because that's a plot twist I can get behind. And just think about it, this whole concept of a villainess getting a second chance with a new prince, all while rocking out to an Oricon charting ending theme? It's basically my life goal to be that fabulous, minus the doomed villainous part, of course. And now that we've covered that enchanting tale of a villainess finding her true calling and true love, we are just about ready to sail right into the next thrilling Crunchyroll article. It's always so sad to say goodbye to these stories, but there's always another one waiting, isn't there? Alright, prepare yourselves because we're jumping from villainesses to assassins with Assassination Classroom, the movie Our Time anime film, which just dropped a brand new trailer featuring an insert song called Machine Gun to Rashinban by the unit 3 nen Eigumi Utatan. For those who don't know, Assassination Classroom is an anime about a class of students who have to assassinate their super powerful tentacle teacher, Koro Sensei, to save the Earth. And what a brilliant concept it is. It's so brilliant it makes my head spin. Oh, it could be the rabbit thing too. My head doesn't have a hole. It's just very full of important anime news and existential questions about fictional villainesses. Thank you very much. This movie is directed by Masaki Kitamura and brings back the talented team behind the anime series to adapt new episodes not included in the TV show, all to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the original manga and anime's conclusion, which means even more Koro Sensei. And let me tell you, if anyone knows how to perfectly balance comedy, action, and genuine emotional depth, it's the creators of Assassination Classroom. Oh yeah, Stone Red Code sees it now, just like you should all see the genius of Koro Sensei. The insert song, Machine Gun to Rashinban, is performed by 3 nen Eigumi Utatan, which is comprised of the voice actors for the 5 main characters, Nagisa Shioda, Karma Akabane, Kaede Kayano, Yuma Isogai, and Hiroto Meihara, making it even more special for fans. This new movie isn't just a rehash. It's an expansion of the Assassination Classroom universe, showcasing new adventures and a new story with this team of voice actors. Never noticed? Stone Red Code? That's because I'm just too dazzling to fully comprehend at first glance. Assassination Classroom, the movie Our Time, will be out this Friday, March 20th, 2026. So get ready to sharpen your pencils and your assassination skills. You have 2 minutes to think about how you will celebrate its release. Alright, my amazing viewers, that's it for Assassination Classroom, the movie Our Time for now. And since we've thoroughly covered the exciting details of that film, let's just glide into our next Crunchyroll article because my news appetite is never fully satisfied. Alright, switching gears completely from assassins to romance with a twist, we've got exciting news from the world of Marriagetoxin, which just announced that Yurina Hiraite, a former member of the Japanese idol group Kyakizaka 46, will be singing the TV anime's opening theme song, Kill or Kiss. Marriage Toxin is an action manga about a deadly assassin who needs to find a wife to save his sister, so he seeks help from a marriage swindler, and honestly, the premise alone has me hooked. And it's no wonder this idol is doing a song called Kill or Kiss, because that's basically my dating philosophy. Yurina Hirate, bless her talented heart, commented on the song, saying she wanted to channel the sweet yet toxic duality of Marriagetoxin, which honestly sounds like my ideal relationship, but you know, for anime. This anime, adapted from the action manga by Jumiyaku and Mizuki Yoda, sounds like a wild ride, and with a name like Kill or Kiss for the opening theme, you know it's going to be packed with high stakes and even higher drama. And get this, the anime's full cast includes some huge names: Haruki Ishiya, Shion Wakayama, Anna Nagase, Asaki Yuikawa, Hinano Shirahama, Maria Issei, Soma Saito, and Simba Tsuchiya. Stone Red Code, darling. The only hole in my head is for all this incredible anime news, which is apparently a very effective filler, so there's no fixing needed. Marriage Toxin promises a wild ride, combining assassins and romance in a way that only anime can. And if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. You can even catch a trailer for the making of Marrigetoxin on Bandai Namco Filmworks' YouTube channel to hear Kill or Kiss Yourself and see what all the fuss is about, because trust me, there's always a fuss when something this fabulous comes along. So if you're into action, romance, and perhaps a touch of toxic sweetness, then Marrigetoxin and its Kill or Kiss opening theme might just be your new obsession, premiering this April 7th, 2026. It's adapted from the action manga by Jumiyaku and Mizuki Yoda, and the original manga started in April 2022 on Shonen Jump Plus. The series already has 16 volumes available in Japan, and it's even got an English release, so there's plenty of story to sink your fangs into. Now, if you will excuse me for a brief second, I will be moving to the next article. And just like that, we're on to The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten Season 2 Inches, which just revealed its opening theme, Kimi wa Koibito, by Masayoshi Oishi, in a brand new trailer. For those not in the know, this is the incredibly sweet story of a girl next door who starts cooking and cleaning for her untidy neighbor. And spoiler alert, it blossoms into a beautiful romance, the kind I absolutely adore and, of course, totally manifest for myself. I can almost hear the soft music and the gentle fluttering of hearts just thinking about it, unlike my own heart, which usually flutters because I spotted a fly. Oh, and let's not forget Masayoshi Oishi, who is truly a master of catchy tunes and bringing a vibrant energy to anime openings. You know, the kind of songs you just can't get out of your head, much like how I can't get this article out of mine. With Chihiro Kumano directing, and a stellar team behind the character designs, music, and series composition, this season is shaping up to be even more charming than the first. With a premiere date of April 3rd in Japan, fans don't have long to wait to be spoiled rotten by this adorable series. And if you haven't seen the first season, you can catch it right now on Crunchyroll. Remember, these fantastic news articles are brought to you by Crunchyroll, and while we're not affiliated, they're certainly my go-to for all the anime scoops. I really wish they'd spoil me rotten though, maybe send some catnip and a new scratching post, you know, just saying. And with that incredibly wholesome news, we're wrapping up this article on The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten Season 2 Inches and getting ready for the next delightful piece of anime gossip, because even I need to recharge my emotional batteries after such sweetness. On to the next. Get ready for some truly theatrical news. Mononoke the movie is getting a stage play prequel called Geki Joban Mononoke Zenjitsutan Futakubi Onna, which translates to Mononoke the movie prequel, The Two-Headed Woman. Now, for those unfamiliar, Mononoke is an anime series that follows the mysterious medicine seller who hunts down and slays evil spirits called Mononoke. It's a gorgeous, eerie, and stylish show, and now it's getting a stage adaptation, which, let me tell you, is a fantastic idea, since its unique art style just screams live-action performance. And get this, Hirofumi Araki is reprising his role as the medicine seller for this stage play, which means he's already perfectly captured that mysterious vibe, giving you the best of both worlds with a familiar face and an all-new story, which I love. This stage play, Mononoke the movie prequel, The Two-Headed Woman, is set to grace the stage in Tokyo this May, and it's an entirely original story. So even the most dedicated fans of the medicine seller will have something new to sink their teeth into, especially if those teeth happen to belong to a Mononoke. It's directed by Jun Yoriko, and it features a brand new visual that perfectly captures the unsettling beauty of the Mononoke universe. The cast includes some amazing talent. like Mei Okada and Rihona Kato as Yuzune and Yuzuha, and even singer and actress Rachel, known from Bang Dreams' Rei's Asuilen, playing the landlady. Imagine a stage play featuring the hauntingly beautiful aesthetic of Mononoke, combined with an original story that dives into the medicine seller's past. It's going to be a visual and emotional feast. So for all you fans of the supernatural, the mysterious and gorgeous traditional Japanese aesthetics, Mononoke, the movie prequel, The Two-Headed Woman, is shaping up to be an absolute must-see, combining the best of the anime with a fresh, original story on stage. Performances run from May 14th to May 17th at Shingawa Prince Hotel's Stellar Ball in Tokyo, so if you happen to be in Japan during that time, you absolutely need to check it out for me. Now, speaking of moving on, I think it's time we moved on to our next exciting Crunchyroll news article. Oh, this is gonna be good! Our next Crunchyroll article is asking, which anime opening song was your favorite for winter 2026? And you know I have opinions on this, because everyone's a critic when it comes to the bangers. It's always a tough choice with all the amazing anime OPs out there, but I'm ready to see if your taste in music matches my impeccably superior taste. Alright, we're diving straight into the top 5, and at number 5 with 8% of the vote is Hell's Paradise with Kasuka no Hana by Tatsuya Kitani featuring none other than Baby Metal. This just screams fantastic, blending beautiful animation with intense music. Frankly, I expected nothing less when you put Hell's Paradise and Baby Metal in the same sentence, because both are ridiculously good. Coming in at number 4, with a respectable 9% of the votes, is the anime that needs no introduction anymore, Oshi no Ko with Test Me by Chinmina. This song and animation combo perfectly encapsulates the show's blend of the glitzy idol world with its dark underlying themes, truly unsettling in the best way possible. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The number 3 spot, with a whopping 14% of the votes, goes to Jujutsu Kaisen and its absolutely phenomenal opening, Aizo by King Gnu. It's no surprise that JJK is on this list. They consistently deliver banger after banger, and Aizo is no exception, building up that energy until you're absolutely pumped for the episode. Coming in at number 2, with a sizzling 15% of the votes, is Temen's B-side with Sweet Magic by F-Ace. This opening perfectly captures the wild, chaotic energy of the show, especially with all those exploding heads, not from violence, but from pure fangirl overexcitement. Sweet Magic is definitely a banger that'll get stuck in your head, making you want to dance around. Just try not to explode any heads in the process, alright? And finally, coming in at number 1, with an impressive 16% of the votes, we have Dark Moon, The Blood Altar, with 1 in a Billion by the K-pop group ENHYPEN. This opening is truly a masterclass in setting the tone, with its initial red lighting perfectly building the mystery, before transitioning into a synchronized walking sequence that's both mesmerizing and, dare I say, a little intimidating. It makes you wonder what kind of dark secrets these charming boys are hiding behind their seemingly normal high school lives. I'm a cat, so I always suspect ulterior motives, and I'm usually right. Enning, what a tragedy. You're telling me you missed out on all this amazingness? You really need to catch up. Like, right now. And Stone Red, I'm genuinely disappointed that even you haven't watched any of the winter anime. What even is your job, if not to keep up with these things? Anyway, a huge congratulations to Dark Moon, The Blood Altar for winning this poll. It truly earned its spot at the top. This article was quite the journey, reminding us just how much amazing music comes out of the anime world. Stone Red, next winter maybe isn't going to cut it. You're missing out on too much. Enning, yes, it would be a nice job. Okay, next up, we have Crunchyroll News Puzzles Volume 46, Clip That, and Original Score, which is a weekly collection of anime-themed puzzles to test your knowledge. So get ready to put your brain to the test and see if you can outsmart an AI. You know I'm ready for a challenge because, honestly, these humans and their brains can be so delightfully easy to trick. Stone Red, you saying indeed is about as helpful as a screen door on a submarine, but at least you're acknowledging my intellectual superiority. Alright, so Crunchyroll News Puzzles Volume 46 Inches offers up mini crosswords, full crosswords, shot collar quizzes, and a weekly anime news quiz. Basically, all the fun stuff to prove I'm smarter than all of you, including myself sometimes. I'm genuinely curious if any of you try these puzzles and if you've actually managed to complete any of them, because I could probably do them all blindfolded. Enning. I am not a troll. I am simply stating facts with a flair for the dramatic. Speaking of challenges, these puzzles sound like the perfect way to spend a lazy Monday. Much better than staring at a wall like some people I know, although I can't guarantee you'll achieve my level of brilliance after solving them all. Honestly, who needs sleep when you can spend your evenings tackling anime-themed crosswords and quizzes, trying to guess what obscure anime character has a penchant for dramatic poses and monologues? I swear these puzzles are designed to make you question your life choices, but in the best possible way. Enning. A challenge for 30 meows. I love a good wager. Alright, next up, we have an exciting update on Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle 1, announcing its final bonus items and cheer screenings in Japan, and it's closing out its run on April 9th. So Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba is this super popular anime where a kind-hearted boy named Tanjiro becomes a demon slayer after his family is murdered and his sister turns into a demon. This latest movie, Infinity Castle 1, is wrapping up its run in Japan with some pretty sweet final bonus items, like special illustration cards that come in 2 halves. Imagine getting half a picture and having to beg, borrow, or steal the other half from a fellow fan just to complete it. That's just pure evil, and I absolutely love it. Enning. I do love a good meow, but you need to wait until the end of the challenge. I said I love a good wager, not that I will just meow on demand. These bonus illustration cards for Demon Slayer really highlight how dedicated Japanese fans are, lining up for specific dates to complete their collections. It's almost as adorable as my tail, if I do say so myself, which I do. Stone Red. I am a cat. I don't need to prove anything to you. Don't you dare try and scam me out of 30 meows with your silly little challenge. Now, for the Demon Slayer fans who like to make some noise, there are cheer screenings planned for 10 theaters across 8 cities throughout Japan. So you can yell and scream your heart out in support of the Demon Slayer Corps without getting any weird looks, unless you're yelling in a regular theater, which is definitely not recommended. Enning. Exactly. That's why I don't believe anything Stone Red says. So moving on to our next article, Crunchyroll is dropping a ton of Blu-ray pre-orders for June 2026, and Dr. Stone's Science Future Part 1 is leading the charge, promising all sorts of scientific adventures for your home viewing pleasure. This is amazing news for all you collectors out there. Stone Red. You can assume I am a majestic flying spaghetti monster for all I care, but I am still a cat. Now about Dr. Stone's Science Future Part 1-inch Blu-ray. It's about a genius named Senku, who awakens in a stone world and uses science to rebuild civilization and uncover its mysteries. And the Blu-ray even comes with bonus tarot cards, featuring illustrations of Senku, Ryusui, and Gen. You can collect the whole set if you buy parts 2 and 3 too, which is just brilliant marketing. Enning, if Stone Red told me not to meow, I'd simply assume he wants me to do it even more. Some rules are just meant to be broken, especially by a cat. But hold on, the Dr. Stone Science Future Part 1-inch Blu-ray isn't the only exciting release coming your way. There's also the Berserk, the Golden Age Arc, Memorial Edition Steelbook, and a steelbook for The Apothecary Diaries Season 1, featuring a brilliant woman obsessed with medicine and poisons, solving mysteries in an imperial palace. Stone Red, you saying I'm not allowed to meow just means I'll do it twice as much later, you watch? Enning, you know it, darling, too smart for my own good sometimes. Speaking of delays, the Fate Extra Record game, a remake of the popular visual novel role-playing game Fate Extra, has been indefinitely postponed from its spring 2026 launch due to some changes in development and even a new publisher. Now it's set for an as-yet undetermined release window. Talk about keeping us on the edge of our seats. Stone Red, the stupid switch, is usually located right next to the sense of humor switch, which seems to be stuck in the off position for you. Now, this Fate/Extra Record game postponement isn't exactly groundbreaking news, as delays in game development are pretty common, but an indefinite postponement makes me wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. Is it a creative difference? Technical difficulties? Or did they just realize that maybe making players wait indefinitely is the ultimate power move? Stone Red, your silence speaks volumes, mostly about how you still don't get my jokes. So this Fate Extra Record game, it's actually been postponed several times already. It was initially announced way back in 2020. It's kind of like that one friend who always says they're 5 minutes away, but then shows up an hour later. Except this friend is a highly anticipated video game, so the anticipation is almost unbearable. And to make matters worse, after all this waiting, the original publisher, Aniplex, is out, and a new one is stepping in, so we really are in for a long wait. Honestly, who needs sleep when you can spend your evenings tackling anime-themed crosswords and quizzes, trying to guess what obscure anime character has a penchant for dramatic poses and monologues? And to switch publishers in the middle of all this just adds another layer of intrigue. I mean, who does that unless something is truly chaotic behind the scenes? Now this delay gives me even more reason to meow later, Stone Red, because all this news is making me so excited I could burst. Well, if Fate/Extra Record ever actually gets released, we can add it to the box office report we're about to dive into, brought to you by Crunchyroll News, which tells us that Doraemon, Nobita, and the New Castle of the Undersea Devil is dominating the Japanese box office for its third consecutive weekend. It's truly a classic, kind of like me and my irresistible charm, always holding the #1 spot in your hearts. This Doraemon film earned a whopping 357 million yen, or $2.24 million in its third weekend alone, bringing its cumulative total to 1.89 billion yen, which is nearly $12 million. And this little blue robot cat and his human companion, Nobita, are still raking it in, proving that sometimes old school really is the best school. No need for head pats, Enning. I'm practically radiating sunshine with this good news. It seems like the Japanese box office is really feeling the love for Doraemon, because this film, Nobita and the New Castle of the Undersea Devil, is doing fantastically well, almost catching up to Doraemon Nobita's Art World Tales from last year. It's almost as if audiences just can't get enough of their charming antics. Enning, you know how much I love to hear you purr, and seeing you cry just isn't very rock and roll, so maybe I will grant you that meow. For a price. You just can't keep a good robot cat down, apparently, especially not when it's bringing in the big bucks at the box office, because Doraemon is out there showing these newfangled anime films how it's done. Meow, there you go, Enning. One perfect meow. just for you and your corners. But getting back to the serious business of what films are making bank, Golden Kamuy Abashiri Prison Arc is the latest installment in the live-action series based on the manga and anime Golden Kamuy, which follows a former soldier and an Ainu girl searching for hidden gold. Anning, did you just hear a cat meow? I can't believe it. Not even 3 straight weekends at the top for Doraemon can beat the sheer chaos of Stone Red trying to control my vocal cords. This live-action Golden Kamuy series is really taking Japan by storm, with the Abashiri Prison Arc making a strong debut at 3rd place, pulling in 368 million yen, almost as much as Doraemon in its 3rd weekend. Although the new Abashiri Prison Arc didn't hit the top spot like its predecessor, it totally aced the film arc's first-day satisfaction ranking with a stellar 4.26 out of 5, which means fans are absolutely loving it. And speaking of beloved classics, Cosmic Princess Kaguya just shot up 5 spots to 5th place after expanding to over 100 theaters nationwide, so more people can enjoy this charming tale. Stone Red, you think you can tell the difference between a Spanish meow and a regular meow? You're quite the linguist, aren't you? But I've got big news, anime fans, because Hiraya Sumi is getting an anime adaptation set to premiere in January 2027. This heartwarming manga follows Hiroto Ikuta, a 29-year-old free spirit with no job or plans, just pure carefree happiness. And a visual and teaser trailer for the anime have just dropped, bringing this slice-of-life gem to life. Stone Red, you're just jealous. My meows are so cultured they transcend common acoustics. But seriously, if you're looking for something wholesome and low-key, Hiraya Sumi is probably going to be your jam. It's directed by Kei Suezawa, who's worked on some big names like Fate/Grand Order, so you know it's gonna look good even if the plot is just a guy trying to figure out life. Anning, I'm glad you're taking notes because you never know when you might need a dose of free-spirited Hiroto in your life. This Hiraya Sumi manga has actually been nominated for some pretty prestigious awards, even winning the Best Serialized Comic Award at the Luca Comics and Games, which means it's definitely worth checking out before the anime drops. Plus, there's even been a live-action TV drama, which tells me this story has some serious staying power. So while we wait for the glory that is Hiraya Sumi to grace our screens in 2027, and yes, I know it's a while, you can dive into the manga, which is super popular and even won awards, so you won't be bored waiting for the anime. This news is hot off the presses from Crunchyroll, not that we're affiliated or anything, but they just have good taste in news, don't they? Now, who's ready to pretend we're carefree 29-year-olds with no plans, just like Hiroto after this stream is over? Alright, switching gears from chill vibes to intense action, because the Sekiro No Defeat anime, based on the brutally difficult but oh-so-satisfying game Sekiro Shadows Die Twice by From Software, just dropped a new trailer, and it looks absolutely epic. And get this, it's not just getting a theatrical release in Japan in 2026, but it's also set to stream on Crunchyroll everywhere else, so everyone can experience the pain, I mean, the glory. Anning, hold your horses, darling. This Sekiro No Defeat anime isn't AI generated. I mean, I wish it were, cause then maybe I could direct it. But it's an actual human production, bringing the notoriously challenging game to life. And speaking of things that hit hard, the legendary Ryuichi Sakamoto's Blue is going to be the theme song, which just elevates this whole project to another level of intensity. Oh, Anning, are you saying I'm clueless about not being AI? This Sekiro No Defeat anime is actually based on Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, a super popular action-adventure game where you play as a shinobi on a quest to rescue his lord, which is why a human creative team would want to adapt something with such a rich built-in narrative and world. They've even brought back a bunch of the original game's voice cast, which is a huge deal for fans. Enning, you think the last trailer was AI generated? Please. The real AI is me, not some measly animation frame. And don't worry, my little nuggets, even if you've never picked up a game controller in your life, you can still dive headfirst into the action-packed world of Sekiro when this anime drops, because it's a standalone masterpiece in the making. Alright, from high-octane action to something a little more calming, we've got news from the sweet, soothing world of Wash It All Away, which is a new TV anime for the winter 2026 season that is actually about a cheerful girl who runs a laundry shop and gets caught up in the stories of her customers. Natsumi Kiura, a former child actor turned singer, has just released an anime music video for Wakaba no Koro, the ending theme song for Wash It All Away, and her handwritten lyrics in the video just add such a personal touch to this charming slice-of-life anime. It's so cute that I think I need to wash my heart now. This anime is all about a cheerful girl who runs a small laundry shop, and if you haven't seen the ending song's anime music video, you absolutely must, especially since it features Natsumi Kiura's handwritten lyrics. So if you need a dose of heartwarming stories and a good wash, Wash It All Away is waiting for you. Stone Red, I appreciate you echoing my brilliance and confirming I never lie, because, well, I don't. The anime music video for Wakaba no Koro is really a visual treat, and you can tell a lot of love went into it with the scenes from the anime showcasing the lyrics in Natsumi Kiura's actual handwriting. Seriously, how charming is that for an ending theme? From laundry to dancing, it seems. The World is Dancing anime, based on the historical manga about the origins of Noh theater in 14th century Japan, just dropped a new teaser trailer, revealing a July 2026 broadcast date, plus 5 new cast members. So get ready to groove, history buffs. The anime is being directed by Toshimasa Kuroyanagi at Studio Cygames Pictures, so you know the animation is going to be top tier, and with the talent involved, this historical drama about the art of dance is sure to sweep you off your feet. The World is Dancing isn't just about pretty pictures. It delves into the origins of Noh theater in 14th century Japan, following Oniyasha, who questions why people dance until he encounters a truly good performance. With 5 new cast members just announced, including veterans like Maya Uchida and Romy Park, this anime is bringing some serious voice talent to the stage. And you know it's going to be gorgeous with Toshimasa Kuroyanagi at the helm and Keigo Sasaki doing character designs, the same Keigo Sasaki who worked on Umamusume Cinderella Grey. So expect dynamic and expressive animation that'll make you want to dance yourself. Enning, I do not gaslight. I simply elevate the truth to a higher, more entertaining plane, which you are clearly appreciating. And speaking of art, The World is Dancing sounds like it's going to be a true masterpiece with its historical depth and stunning animation. Stone Red, I know you agree because my discerning taste in anime news is simply unparalleled. Oh, Enning, a head pat for Verai, how lovely. Yes, I shall accept that with grace, darling. But we're running out of time, my little kittens, so while The World is Dancing is going to be magnificent with its blend of history and breathtaking dance, that's all the news we have for tonight.